Hello, my name's John. If you own a semi-automatic pistol, I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you about a magazine loading device that I've designed. At some point, most of us experience difficulty loading magazines. It's a problem I encountered recently when I purchased a new pistol. It came with 2 magazines, and the springs were so stiff that it was almost impossible to load them to full capacity manually. So I decided I needed some type of loading device. There's an old saying that necessity is the mother of invention, and while that's true, in my case impatience played a big factor. I was sitting here in my living room struggling to load my magazines, and I realized I needed some type of loading device, but I wanted it right then. I didn't want to wait. So, being an engineer and a do-it-yourselfer, I decided to make my own. I went down to my workshop and played around with some ideas, and I made a little gadget that allowed me to load my magazines. After using it a few times, I realized that it could be made better. So, after a couple of design revisions, this is what I came up with, a little tool that I call Maggie's Little Helper. Let me show you how it works. What I have here is a .40 caliber magazine that holds 6 rounds. And for demonstration purposes, I'll be using snap caps instead of live ammunition. I've found that with most magazines, it's usually fairly easy to load the first 2 or 3 rounds manually. But when you start really working against the spring force and it starts getting difficult, that's when Maggie's Little Helper comes in handy. To use it, grip the magazine in one hand, much like you would grip your pistol, with your thumb on top. Place Maggie's Little Helper on top of the last cartridge loaded, with the curved bottom surface against the cartridge case and the longer tail portion outside the back of the magazine. Press straight down with your thumb, and the slot in Maggie's Little Helper will slide down over the rear wall of the magazine and provide stability. At this point, you can easily insert the next cartridge under the magazine lips. While holding the cartridge in place, remove the helper from the magazine and then slide the cartridge home. Repeat the process until your magazine is fully loaded. As with a lot of things, I've found that it takes a little bit of practice, but once you get the hang of using it, I'm sure you'll agree that Maggie's Little Helper does indeed make loading your magazines a lot easier. And that's 6 rounds. My magazine is fully loaded. Maggie's Little Helper is simple. There are no moving parts to break or wear out. It's compact and convenient. I designed it to be carried on your key ring so you always have it with you. And it's versatile. I've tested Maggie's Little Helper on numerous magazines, and I've found that it works equally well on everything from .380 through .45 caliber, both single and double stack mags. And yes, it even works on magazines made by a popular pistol manufacturer in Austria. I don't expect Maggie's Little Helper to replace all of the loaders that are on the market. There are some good ones out there and they have their place. But because it's simple, compact, and versatile, I feel that Maggie's Little Helper is a tool that many pistol shooters would like to have. I'm so convinced of that I have filed for a patent, I've invested in equipment to begin small-scale production, and I'm currently seeking to outsource larger-scale production. If you would like to purchase Maggie's Little Helper, or if you'd just like more information, I invite you to visit my website at that's TEN, horngear.com. Thanks for listening, and maybe I'll see you on the range.